Last time on Avalon, with Alex the Human Wraith, Khurtin the Nefine Conscript, Ivan the Atlan Incantor, Nevo the Atlan Necros, Jack the Nefine Armorist, and Simon the Human Montebank. Welcome to San Rhea, Avalon's Tinseltown, the city of big stars and the silver screen. And as of late... Oh, let me turn that down. Boop. As of late... the new home of a group of former convicts turned paramilitary professionals. After teleporting into their new abode, the crew stumbles upon a few familiar faces around their office. Barbed Wire Barbara, Alex's gal pal and strong woman of the St. Morticia's Correctional Facility.
Yeah.
As their receptionist. Baxter T. Goblinson, their newly appointed Goblinomics-trained lawyer. And Cookie C.C. Cookie, the janitor, the identical twin brother of Cookie, the St. Morticia janitor. Settling into their new home, the group now just waits patiently for their business to officially open. And before we start, yes, I do need to address... Oh, where is it? Here we go. What Venom was saying the other day. Allow me to clarify with a few updated pictures. Here is Cookie, the janitor from St. Morticia's. And here is
the twin or the original one.
Here is Cookie, your janitor at the
It's literally just a rotated picture.
What?
Completely different.
No, yeah, it's completely different characters.
No
Spelled with a K.
Like it.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's clearly no difference.
Yeah.
Or there's clearly a big
Completely original characters. So we just need to get that out of the way. Alright. So.
And already I want to blow my brain out of my head.
Oh, such negativity. Alright. So. You guys have settled into San Rhea. Checking through my notes. It's been pretty much just quiet. You guys have been getting your rooms filled up now that you actually aren't living in, like, 5 of you living in a studio apartment with Khurtin. You guys have been getting furniture into your new abodes. Okay. Is there anything you guys would like to do before your downtime? You spent your, like, first day here just drinking up a storm in celebration. Are you guys needing to pick up any new equipment, or...
God, Ivan would actually be looking into something.
Okay.
He'd be looking into a big aircraft because of, the conversation that he and Simon had about if Simon can help him get a nice big aircraft that he can stay in, he'll give Simon his room as well.
Okay.
Right. That ridiculous plan. I forgot about that ridiculous idea.
What sort of aircraft would Ivan be looking for? Like a plane, dirigible, something? Tell me.
You know, he's not picky. He does want to start flying more than just a biplane, so...
Commercial blimp.
Either just a plane... Yeah, either a blimp or a plane. Like, either one of those two.
Alright. Let me bring up my equipment catalog.
I had a feeling that you might forget about that gypsy.
Vehicle. Alright, does Ivan have a price range that he's looking at?
Right now he's just shopping for prices.
Shopping for prices. Oh, we've got all the prices. $1.99, $19.99, $49.99. Get your prices now.
A small load of... I mean, he has 347... Okay, so he has $347, which would have been a lot back then, but I don't think it's enough to buy an entire
We've
dirigible.
got $15.99s on sale for $12.99.
I was thinking the same thing. Water vehicles. No, you want air. You want those big air vehicles. Nope, that's still water vehicles. So why?
Sick air.
You gotta get the sick air. Here we go. Airship. 5,000. Alchemical dragon for 10,000.
Hot damn.
Could you go ahead and describe alchemical dragon?
Yeah, I was
So-
about to ask, what is an alchemical dragon?
Literally a mecha dragon.
This ship is made of wood and is often crafted in the shape of a dragon. It is held aloft purely by its alchemical engine. A complicated and dangerous device that has a tendency to explode when the vehicle becomes wrecked. So it's basically like a really early plane, like a mechanical plane.
I gotcha.
Sounds like an explosion waiting to happen.
Gyrocopter for $3,000. I don't think you have.
Are you talking about $3,000 gold or $3,000?
Dollars?
Oh,
Small,
there we are.
Small dirigible for 3,600. I don't think you can purchase anything yet.
yeah, no, I'm just more looking price range.
If
like,
you want a
how much
glider,
they cost.
that's $55. There's an ornithopter. There's an ornithopter for 1,500. And that's the end of my list. Like a glider.
I don't know. Like an air glider?
An
Yeah.
ornithopter, you say?
Nah, I don't think I want an air glider. I was just shopping around for prices.
Okay.
Describe an ornithopter.
An ornithopter. Blah, 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 blah. Where is it?
Actually, I need to see how much
Because
money
how much
I
of those
have.
costing me $0?
An ornithopter
Oh,
is
they're
an
a
early
wingsuit.
attempt at... No, an ornithopter is an early attempt at heavier-than-air flight before the gyroscopic engine was invented. Made from light material, is basically a plane that flaps its wings.
I see.
Is it like
Yeah,
Dune?
this is what they
like
look
a
like.
Dune ornithopter?
Kind of. I would say it depends upon the make and model.
This is
There we go.
kind of what they look like.
Alright. So yeah, so Ivan's going to be checking out prices on aircraft, kind of getting his range in there. Let me see. Is anyone else wanting to do anything in their downtime?
For gear?
Yeah.
Well, considering that Buddy's poncho is kind of useless in terms of no one really cares, I've been thinking about trying to get something more practical.
More practical. What are you thinking?
Something that can be a bit stealthy.
Okay.
Poncho, but camo.
A stealth suit for your doge.
Become a diamond dog.
Okay. There is armor for pets. What about stealth armor? Oh, good. And Buddy's not exactly armor trained either. I would say, if you're wanting to give him something stealthy that could protect him, potentially, the next time Buddy gains a feat, you could absolutely give him armor training. And give him, like, we could make him some leather armor that's got, like, shadow weave or something to, like, boost up his stealth.
That sounds like a plan.
Bada Bonesley. The stealth dog.
right. So, I would say, Nevo, you could definitely like talk with Gungear and his brother Ladon about that as they're kind of getting their shop like up and ready. All right. Anybody else?
I want to help Gungear. And also explore the town a little bit.
Okay. Gungear! Yeah. Let me see here. Did
Gungear's
anyone
great, okay.
Did everyone have a chance to kind of look at the map from yesterday? Or that I posted?
I
it's big and
just
it's forever to
downloaded
load.
it
No.
Okay.
because I've had no fucking time.
Kit's download is still going. Hold on.
All right.
I literally downloaded it like literally
I
while
haven't
on
tried-
stream.
It's a download it because of my internet.
All right. So, I will list off the locations that I have circled on the map. Naturally, over by the river, you guys have your own HQ. I have that circled in
Yep.
green. There was the San Rea Grand Prix track, which I know Jack was kind of eyeballing last time he was there. If he ever got interested in doing some racing down on the track. There is Little Atlantis, which is sort of the Atlan district. The Umbran Shire off across the river, which is the Umbran kind of town. Down in blue, down near the bottom, is Boris, which is the Avalon Dwarves sort of district. Gypsy, you were making fun of the administration of green affairs?
That's true. Well, I was just making fun of. I just wanted to recognize the blue and red affairs as well.
We don't talk about them. That is the Druidic Council, basically.
Gotcha.
What are some of the other places? The Santa Rea Military Training Base.
Much more interested in checking out the Chaos Dome. You can't expect to put a place called the Chaos Dome, and Simon does not investigate.
I like out of all the names here, the most simple one is just the zoo in the north.
Yep. Yeah, big ol' fancy zoo. The Chaos Dome is a sporting arena that is able to modify its interior to fit whatever game's going on that day.
Aw.
That's cool.
One day it could be baseball, football. They can modify it for like water events. They can have the interior like fill up with water.
Okay, that's kind of cool. So it's literally a all year round Olympics.
That's not very chaotic. It sounds very controlled.
The chaos comes
next week is-
from the fact that it's morphic.
Next week it's extreme chess.
No, it's 5D chess. Get it right.
Santa Rea College of Magic, the Santa Rea Stellar Observatory, Lord
The
Griffin.
Library, the Infinite Mind.
That is, you go and you see it. It's just a tower that's just kind of sticking up into the sky. It doesn't look very big until you wander inside and you realize it's basically a TARDIS library that is bigger on the inside than the outside. And then mine entrance to Little Cobaldia. Basically a big old cobalt settlement up to the north.
I want to check out the little places. Little Atlantis and Little Cobaldia and stuff.
Okay.
The Shire, I guess.
And the Umbran Shire. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are...
To see the oops.
Yeah, Little Atlantis is definitely where the Atlans kind of congregate. There's a lot of Atlantean shops, businesses, dwellings there. It's also like a major port as well, which kind of makes sense because the Atlans tend to prefer water or sticking close to water.
Natch.
The Umbran Shire is literally kind of like the Shire from Lord of the Rings, except you got the little Umbrans just kind of wandering around instead of
It's
hobbits.
a bit rural.
Yeah. Big old, like, open rural areas.
Probably didn't spend the most time there.
Boris is basically a town built, or a neighborhood built into the trees.
Ooh.
You got,
Fancy.
it's like a forested area, and you guys are kind of, you would look around and be like, I'm just walking through like a little nature reserve, and then you look up and you realize, oh shit, that's where everyone is.
Where are the goblins at?
Where the goblins at? Goblins are all over. Goblins don't really have a town in particular, or any town that goblins would settle in. They will appropriate themselves into whatever surrounding they find themselves in.
Alright. We'll find some places to chat up some goblins.
Crafty little motherfuckers.
Like, if a goblin ends up settling in Little Atlantis, they will straight up start, like, dressing like Atlans. They'll start talking like Atlans.
I feel like goblins have the good goss, so I chat with some goblins.
Okay. What do you chat with them about?
Just what the city is like and stuff, new in town.
And let me see, which district do you go to chat with them in? I have to get the Goblish right.
Well, she does, I think she speaks Goblin, so that might help. If I remember correctly, I don't fucking know. But she'd probably go to, I don't know, somewhere fairly bustling and urban, or she'd feel a bit more comfortable somewhere like that.
Okay, so probably in like the Market District area. Mm-hmm. All right.
Find some gobs to get some goss.
All right. If you are gathering info, that'll be a diplomacy check.
I can try.
Nat 1, nat 1, nat 1 of the day.
Well, I don't have any bonuses.
9. And then because you're rolling diplomacy, or you're gathering info, you gotta roll a d4, I think, to see how long it takes you.
Okay.
1 hour. Okay. So you're pretty much...
That one.
You are wandering around the Market District, just trying to chat up with as many goblins as you can. The ones down in the Market District are very much like, buy something, buy something, buy something.
Fair
Or
enough.
they just won't chat to you. The other ones you run into are like a bunch of ADHD 5-year-olds who you'll start chatting up a conversation with them. They'll get onto a topic, and then it'll immediately just go off into 5 different conversations.
Fair enough. She knows goblins pretty well. It's alright.
But it's definitely a bustling city, though.
Good.
All right. Would anybody else like to do something? Going once?
I would like to do something else.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to go to Simon.
All right. Simon, I'm guessing you're probably... What would Simon be doing during this time?
Well, I mean, he went and saw the Chaos Dome, but was disappointed when the Chaos left him something to be desired in his eyes. I'm not sure what he would do. Like, hold on, I'm looking here.
And I know some of the names on here are kind of hard to read. Anytime I was selecting colors on there, they would sometimes swap to something completely different.
Oh, come on.
Thankfully, I opened your map in Microsoft Paint, and I can just zoom in as much as I want. So if you have paint or some sort of like art tool, you can just look at the map yourself and have your own like little cheat sheet. I might use like the left side of the entire map just as like make a cheat sheet guide.
I'm just using Photoshop.
Whatever floats your goat.
There we go.
Bear, military training base.
Okay. I would just assume that you guys would meet up at some point, because it's going to be like a little bit of week between the first day you guys got here and in between your opening. So I guess you guys would probably like meet up over dinner or something. You guys back at the firehouse.
Grand Theater.
Mm-hmm.
What's playing at the Grand Theater?
Let me check my list. Appears to be a showing of Tarask the Invincible.
Oh, I'm watching Tarask the Invincible.
Hell yeah.
Who wants to go see Tarask the Invincible?
Me.
It's a silent Godzilla movie, but with a Tarask and wizards.
Hey, how did Helping Conquer go?
I'll see. Silent Godzilla movie?
I mean, they have music playing. What more do you want?
It's the whatever. It's the Roaring 20s. It's mostly silent films with a little to no mute. Like
They got
either little music.
Somebody playing live piano.
Oh yeah.
I just imagine every time we see Godzilla or Tarask.
Da, 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 da.
Like in Red
Alright.
Dead Redemption.
Or everywhere.
All right. Da, 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 da.
Is Cowboys the 1920s?
And let me see here. Ivan, what were you wanting to do with Simon?
When we would have time to actually talk, Ivan would go over to Simon and basically say, "Hey, Simon, I need to ask a favor of you.
Yes.
Could you possibly go to the bank with me and ask me to get a loan on an aircraft?"
What sort of collateral do you have?
Excuse me?
What sort of collateral do you have?
What's your credit score?
I don't know if I have any this collateral.
So you want to go to a bank and tell them, give me some money. I'll pay you back for realsies.
I have stocks. I don't know if that matters.
He has stonks.
How angry would headquarters be if we got a mortgage on the Justice Fist headquarters? Justice Fist place here.
Before it even opened.
Before it opens.
I think we would need to talk to our bosses about that.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
I'm kidding. Absolutely do not.
Well, I have a few items. We have some items that we could put up, but not completely sure.
Let me think.
What are you thinking about? What are you contemplating?
So Simon is thinking about places where one can acquire aircraft for cheaper than market value.
Knowledge of local.
Da, 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 da. 20.
20. Alright. Based off your experience, being a common thief, I mean, try to find a
A
stolen...
simple common thief.
Try to find a stolen one, perhaps a black market aircraft, or one out of a junkyard, maybe a fixer-upper. A
Now
lemon.
that could be interesting.
I mean, I have craft airplane models, but that's the closest thing I have.
A model's a little different than...
A model
Yeah.
is like an airplane, but with less steps.
You've only got 3 mechanics on the team.
Yeah, that is true. It's true.
Yeah, but do you guys know how to fix a aircraft?
An engine's an engine.
I mean,
What is that? What does I mean?
You
I
just
mean,
gotta make it
probably.
go.
it's not rocket science. It's just a big motorcycle, right?
It's just a big car, right?
Basically. Let's check. Okay, so is there... So, basically I advise him not to try to get a loan for this.
Okay.
But, if he wants to not wait until we've collected a paycheck... Let's check out... So, is there a junkyard?
Yes, absolutely.
We're gonna find a freaking...
And an alternative is also to check out the airport.
And see if there's any
And see if they've
to
had
be
any-
decommissioned planes.
One, or if they've had an accident at the airport.
I would say...
Could possibly get a job at the airport.
But you have a job at Justice Fist. You just haven't gotten paid yet.
I would say... If you guys end up going looking for... a vehicle or anything...
Indeed.
At like a junkyard, you could pick one up for 10% its cost, but it's definitely going to be needing repairs, or else that thing's going to crash and burn, whatever it is. So,
I waggle. Come on. So I'm
I
just
support-
imagining.
Oh.
I grab like Alex, and was Kodhran the other?
Oh, hello.
Was Khurtin the other?
No, that's Jack.
No, it's Jack. Okay, so it's Alex
Yo.
and Jack. Grab Alex and Jack and Nevo, or not Nevo, and Ivan, and I'm like, okay, hear me out. Airplanes are helpful, but also expensive. But few people exist who have the kind of pool of mechanical and engineering skills that this fellowship here possesses. I recommend we invest in Well, I recommend we make an investment in a personal aircraft for our company. One that we could consider more disposable and perhaps safer to let Ivan pilot rather than our car. And all we would have to do is, during our downtime, put a little elbow grease into it. Get to know each other better. Make it a little group project. What do you say? Meanwhile, shifty-eyed Simon is like, I'm gonna get a bigger bedroom. I'm gonna get a bigger bedroom. I'm gonna get other people to do the work. Some of the work. Because even a broken... Simon's whole theory here is that Ivan can sleep in even a broken airplane. But he doesn't... That's not what he says. He says, what about making it a group effort for team building and stuff?
Jack huffs a bit. Not exactly annoyed, but more uncertain. I'm not even sure how much my skills would be helpful.
Listen,
I'm only good at repairing bikes.
An engine is an engine is an engine is an engine.
No, it's not.
I would beg to differ.
What the non-existent voice said.
Shut up, mental illness voice. You're not a part of this.
I see only one. Listen. Whatever skills you may have will be contributory to the greater project. Listen, I have an adventurous mind, and I know the details of many technological marvels. Or at least I've browsed vaguely the details of many technological marvels. I am confident if the three of us pool our resources, and by that I mean our experience and our dexterous know-how, that we can get it done. I'm not saying we'd get it done overnight. It'd be a learning process. It'd be fun. Alex, are you alive?
No, he makes a good point.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I mean, nice to have a project going on, and maybe Gungar could help. I mean, we do have, like,
We could at least ask
a
for
mechanics
pointers
thing
if
right
we-
next to our
At least if
building.
we hit a wall, we can ask for pointers.
Jack just heavily rolls his eyes, shakes his head. Nothing's that simple in this godforsaken shithole of a planet.
Oh, don't be so existential.
Do what you wish.
Yeah, live a little. Imagine
Living a little got
flying
me killed.
thousands of feet in the air. The only thing between us and death. A piece of mechanical engineering that we ourselves have restored into workable use, shaking and rattling and holding together. Barely, I can only... I'm sorry. I'm losing my composure.
Jack just gives him the most unimpressed look.
Losing my
There's a
composure.
big difference between a mechanical marvel that's basically just a sheet of scrap metal and these. Just flaps his wings a little bit before folding them behind his back.
Yeah, of course. Oh, come on, you have wings. It's even safer for you.
Sign up for your own death warrant. And he just walks off.
Yes!
I'm not helping you.
Come on! Alright, Alex, it might just be you and I. You and I against the world.
Alright.
I never realized Jack was no fun.
I mean, I don't know. I think he could probably use the distraction right now, but...
Well, hold on. Maybe once he sets his eyes on it, maybe then he'll think, oh, wait, I can do this part.
yeah, just needs to
I have
see
a
the
question.
engine and everything.
How much are we willing to spend on this?
Okay. Now, let me exit in character, and let me think about the... Sorry, I wasn't paying attention when he was listing all those prices, only that they were in the 3,000s and stuff like that. What was the... I'm trying to think about which one would be the most fun, because we have a flying car, so it's like we have a small...
I think a
one.
dirigible would be.
So
I think a
I feel
dirigible
like
would be
something
nice.
with a lot of cargo capacity. So yeah, I was actually also thinking about like a dirigible or something like that.
If you're getting one from a junkyard, a small dirigible, $360. A large dirigible, $750. You could get an alchemical dragon for $1,000. And remember, these would be like
We probably don't have that. How much do you have saved up, Ivan?
I have. Out of character, I have
Yeah, I was just.
$347.
I have $316. What does Alex have?
Alex has... heck, my mouse ain't working. Hang on, gotta do this with my finger.
That's
If
the
we
second
can
tap
get,
in.
like,
Additional.
if we can get like $100, we can probably.
I have
you can get $100 more, we can probably get a large-
$738.
You have 738. Okay. A large dirigible again?
Are you laughing at me?
It was
750.
750. And remember, if we're getting it from a junkyard, he says like reduced by like 10%.
So
No.
So
that's
it would be.
That's
Yeah,
reduced.
that would be the reduced.
Oh, that's the reduced price. Okay.
So maybe if we put. So here's my idea. If me and Simon do 200, we could get 400, which means Alex would need to do like. Or I could do 250. Simon would do 200, and Alex would need to do 200.
Yes. Okay, that's possible.
That'd be 650.
You
You're
could
still
do 250. I could do 100. And Alex could do 400.
Suddenly much less enthusiastic.
I'm trying to think of
250 is the obvious spread, but Simon is purposely like suggesting, well, I could spare 100.
Okay, so actually,
This is why
Ivan is
Jack
willing
didn't
to
want to get
give-
involved with their bullshit.
since this is mainly Ivan's dream, he's actually willing to put 300 in. He wants to pay the most, so that it is essentially like because it would essentially be his aircraft.
All right. I will make the noble sacrifice and pay 200. So it'll be 300, 200, 250.
You mean 225, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. 200.
You mean 225, right?
All right, fine. You drive a hard dog. You drive a hard dog.
And this is why Jack's loaded.
And
Yeah. So we go in together, and do we
Mafia
find it at the
brat
junkyard
knows how to
or
save money.
from the airport?
okay. And just like that, we have a repeat of the compass rose.
Not the compass road. This I like to imagine this is like
All right. So I'm doing.
Just do while
I was
in the
picturing a blimp.
bathroom.
Am I wrong
Jesus.
to picture that?
Let me see on here. A large dirigible is 20 feet wide by 100 feet long. So that would be from one end of your garage to the other. Because you guys don't have the roof set up as a landing pad yet.
Yeah, but then the balloon would be like massively bigger than that. Like that's the size of the cart, right? The little, like, just to give context to what I'm imagining. Let me link an image in Avalon.
Yeah.
The Hindenburg.
Shit. I would say that it's actually built in the gondola is built into the actual like fuselage.
Hang on.
Huh, I need to. Where the hell was that?
I was just imagining like an old timey one where the gondola was like hanging below the.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for.
Okay, if it's not like that,
So-
I mean that's still cool.
So we're giving this 225 with the understanding that Ivan's going to pay us back, right?
I mean, if he wants to, yeah. I mean, if he, and you know what, we don't need to bring it up right now. We can bring that up later when he has
This
money.
is the
for us
understanding,
to-
though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
he's
yeah,
got his
of course,
little
of course,
whatever
that's
side
the-
gigs.
that's the understanding.
Ivan would surely pay you guys off. Like he
If he
Okay.
wants to own it, yeah, it's the company's blimp until he pays us back. To put it that way.
Ivan
put it that
owes
way.
225. Okay.
Okay,
All
I'll
right.
subtract 225 from my thing. Taking me from
Yeah, and I'll
316 down to.
I need to look.
and now I have $47.
16. What's 116 minus 25?
Okay, you're also going to need an additional $800 just to get the landing strip to the garage.
Or it would be
Because I just looked it up.
it'd be a landing strip, right on the garage roof.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
So yeah, you guys will get there.
Right now, it's just in the yard.
Ivan will get there.
Yeah, I will get there.
Right
Like,
now,
if
it's going to be in the garage right now because I don't think your yard is 100. No, the yard is 60, so not even diagonal. So
It'd be sticking out of the garage, look.
Can we just put it in the forest to the west?
it's 100 feet, so it's in the garage. It's 100 feet long.
Oh,
We just put
okay,
it
so
in the
barely fit in.
forest to the west.
No, that is not your property.
I mean, I didn't say I was going to obey the law.
And this is
what
why
is
Jack
this?
doesn't want to get involved with you schmucks.
I think it'd be a little conspicuous.
Maybe, but also that's good advertising. Put our logo on it.
All right, so you guys got your cash deducted. Oh god,
I did.
All right, congratulations. Your first big purchase was a large dirigible.
Excellent. Dude, we're gonna be able to carry so much. Dude, you laugh now, but we're gonna be able to carry so much stuff later.
Yeah, I know. All right. And if nobody else has anything else to do,
And also, you can sleep in your new dirigible. Ivan, if you want. If you don't want to move out yet, that's fine. Simon isn't so pushy as to
as you
expect
guys
him to do that yet.
as you guys are backing this thing into the garage, you see Barbara kind of wander into the garage with a cup of coffee, look up, and just turn around.
Ivan waves at her.
Slapping it in. Just like, we just have our back against, we're just pushing with our legs.
Yeah, that was something that Ivan was going to check before he bought this. How well is like the interior of it?
Not good.
Yeah,
it's a
probably
fix.
not safe enough to sleep in.
It's I mean, unless you want to have, if you want your bedmate to be tetanus.
Yeah,
That's good.
so Ivan
Well,
is
let's
just
repair
gonna
that first. Let's fix that up first.
Yeah, Ivan is going to stay in his room until the interior is up to code.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, where on the map is our base?
On that map, it'll be
It's a
in,
green circle.
yeah, off
It's
by the
tiny.
off by the river,
Up by the river, okay.
north of
Yeah.
Little Atlantis.
North
Yep.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to find it.
Little Atlantis is in blue, and then basically just scroll up a little bit and you'll find it. You'll see the HQ and the House of Gears shop almost like right near each other, or like down the road.
I don't see it anywhere.
You're a blind
Got
bat.
Oh, I see it. Okay, so random. So wait, is that green stuff like is that forest or
Yes.
lake or what?
The green stuff up to the left is a forest.
Okay.
All right. I would say the days kind of go on. Days get closer to the official grand opening.
Wait,
as-
before that happens, I just
Oh
want to
my
do something. Sorry.
For fuck's
No.
sake.
No. What is it, Kit?
I would go. Do we have like
Alright.
a communication device in this?
Oh, where the hell is...
facility?
I need a D6.
Like a way to communicate everybody, like an intercom system or something.
Oh, 2020.
No, that is not
False
that is
20.
that is not installed yet.
Okay, then Ivan would freaking go up to everybody else's room and tell Nevo, Khurtin, and Jack, calm down, I have something to show you, and show them the fucking air turtle.
Don't care. Leaves.
Womp, womp,
What is-
womp.
Curious what Khurtin and Nevo's,
spoil sport.
what Khurtin and Nevo's opinion on this thing is.
We could send Buddy Bonesley in to, if there's anything we're like, is that Rick? Well, that was hold weight. I know an easy way to test.
Infested.
I know an easy way to test without committing a human resources violation.
Oh,
Send in the Skella dog.
He can't get diseases.
Exactly, and also we can just give him more calcium for his bones.
I don't think it works like that.
Feed
don't
the
know
bones
that.
a bone.
You don't know that.
Also, I
don't
have-
Replace
know
the
that.
bones
I
with more
have-
You don't
bones.
know that.
Also, I have the restore skill, so I can just heal
Actually,
your
yes,
guys
I
from
do.
disease.
It doesn't work like that.
all right. As you guys are bickering about this, it will go on. As you guys, the day before you're officially supposed to open, Barbara will come on up to you guys as you're getting ready for the morning.
Storm,
Yeah.
can I say I was spreading the word a little bit while I was going around town?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hooray!
Roll me a diplomacy check. Let's see
Oh, I
how
think I'm bad at those too.
let's see how well you are at.
Believe.
Yep, still bad at it.
Now 1. There we
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Oi. All right.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
Alright,
I like the
guys.
idea that she was like, try out the newest mercenary group in town, but there actually was an even newer mercenary group in town.
Oh.
Advertised for the wrong
Justice
group
Fist, is that the
entire
name of the new burger joint?
Oh yeah, or she misadvertises what we are. It's gotta be something like that.
Is this some sort of new sex shop?
Oh,
No.
Oh no!
that's
Just have a
already
bunch of kinksters show up the
Jack's already
first
in
day.
a state of depression. He doesn't need more of this bullshit.
all right. Barbara's going to come on up to you guys. Hey, boss. I think we got our first customer.
Well, really?
Oh, thank God, something to do.
Yes.
You want me to show him on up?
Sure.
I suppose if we might have the time.
All right. Barbara heads on downstairs, and after a minute, she brings up this gentleman right here.
Yeah, it was in my.
Dr. Iger Oceanus?
Iger.
Iger. I'm gonna pronounce it Iger because it sounds better on the tongue.
Provide courtesy of Cat of Ulthar, who you can Cat of Ulthar at Twitter. She does the art.
He'll be nice
Commission
and colored
her.
and fancy by next week.
That sounds like someone I'd pay to have art drawn for me.
She has done a lot of our art in ethereal planes as well. She is amazing. Commission her, please.
All right.
The description.
Yeah.
Before he stands an older Atlan gentleman, very nicely dressed, has his very long, sort of silvery hair kind of tied back into a loose ponytail. Pair of glasses just kind of hangs loosely around his nose. And he kind of looks up at you all. Good morning.
For days.
Yes, Chen for days.
Chad. He just screams Chad energy. Good
Top
morning.
of the morning to you.
Let me get comfortable.
Yes,
Sorry.
please have a seat. We'll get you some tea.
Sorry to be barging in this early in the morning, but I'm wondering if you fine fellows are just open, or open for business just yet.
Technically speaking, yes, though our grand opening is tomorrow, but suppose we can take some requests early.
I think that's early to hear.
That's good to hear. My name is Dr. Idra Oceanus. I'm head of the history department down at San Rea's Masters College. We
Annette?
are well met. I am currently in need of a paramilitary group to provide security for a archaeological dig going on just outside the city.
Oh no, another dig!
Interesting. You know, as a matter of fact, our first mission we ever did together was in aid of an educational expedition.
Oh,
Indeed.
This will be right up our alley.
excellent. And it'll actually literally be right outside of town, just 5 minutes. I'm not sure if you heard, but recently we had some minor tectonic activity out in the ocean that stirred up the seabed quite a bit, revealing a few interesting choices from the sea silt. Namely of which is a legendary battleship known as the Aqua Angelica.
Ancient Atlan? Oh,
No, human, actually, Third Era.
interesting.
It was one of the famed battleships that went after the undead navy of Alusfane the Night Lord. Unfortunately, she was sunk right off the coast. Presumed lost until the silt was disturbed on the seabed, revealing a good portion of her.
Well. That would be a enticing discovery. And what is it about this discovery that requires a paramilitary defense contract?
It's incredibly haunted.
Oh,
Ah, Poltergeists.
Not necessarily poltergeist. God forbid that again. And you just see him kind of pull off his glasses and just rub his nose. Listen, archaeology is a dangerous field. If you're not dealing with mummy curses or undead specters, you've got haunted relics, you've got... Oh, I don't even know where to begin. Horrible monsters guarding the tombs. It really would be...
Jack's already going off on his fingers like, yeah, that checks out from when they met Jasper.
I will be...
Our last expedition was for a bunch of biologists, so it was mostly monsters, but if you're historians, then I guess ghosts make sense.
It really would be nice just to have an archaeological dig that didn't involve that, but, you know, such is the charming world of archaeology.
Meanwhile, Buddy Bonesley is hiding, and we're like, no, not paleontology, archaeology.
There's a big difference.
Big difference.
Unfortunately, it's not actually poltergeist, it's, skeletons.
Oh.
Sort of,
Pavolich.
Much less mundane.
Okay, but are they like underwater skeletons, or...?
Sometimes.
Nevo.
Like, how much swimming are we going to be having to do?
Hopefully not a lot. We will leave a good chunk of that up to the archaeologists, who are part of our team. So...
this seems like it could be up our alley, don't you think?
So, as of right now, the ship itself is off limits, as per the city instruct, just until we can get a priest out to bless the area. I don't even know where to begin. First and foremost, a lot of the skeletons that have been washed up from the sea don't really animate until nightfall, in which case it's kind of a bugaboo. We have them on the examining tables, and we know to tape them down, but then they start getting up, they start complaining during the night, and it's just a hassle because they want to go after their sabers and cut everyone down. And
of course, naturally. Then
there's the ones that wash up from the sea. They come off the seafloor, and they're just like, you are treading upon my territory. I'll attack you. And I mean, they're skeletons. You can hit them with a shovel and they're gone. But then we're destroying precious archaeological materials, so we don't want to damage them. Plus, I mean,
want to restrain the skeleton?
I mean, no, it's it just breaks an archaeologist's heart to hit something that's over 100 years old. But you're a paramilitary group. You're able to do whatever you feel you need to do. And then we also have a small sea hag problem who's commandeered some of the skeletons and is guarding one of our sites, and maybe if it's better if I go into a little bit more detail. I have 2 weeks to get this dig site wrapped up. The first week we are planning on confiscating a specific skull that we've discovered off the sea floor, belonging to a creature known as a surge serpent. If any of you have heard of that.
Interesting.
Can I make a roll for that?
Can I make a roll?
Knowledge Arcana.
Yeet.
Oh, wow.
12.
Bad roll.
There we go. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's dungeoneering.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, that was dungeoneering.
Ivan, you know they're not in a dungeon. Simon, you're not too familiar with... Alex, you've heard of these. You've heard of these. Off the coast. I would say, Ivan, you would have heard of these too. They are a massive sea serpent that are known... They're called surge serpents because they can conjure water. In particular, their mouths are like a decatur of endless water that can just spray out this water jet.
Hydro cannon.
Just after death?
So, a skull, you say? Just a skull.
Well, part of... We're hoping that there's an entire skeleton down there, but this we found the skull.
Definitely super dead.
Yes, very dead.
And not like haunted dead, where it's going to be like also a skeleton that is animating.
So far, the only skeletons that we've been seeing are humanoid. And we believe that is because the skeletons that have been appearing are the former crew of the Aqua Angelica.
Makes sense.
When it was
makes sense.
When it was sunk, it was actually cursed by Alusfane's army, trapping the souls within. I kind of was hoping that with it being buried for so long, the souls would have dissipated, but ever since that curious eclipse over a month ago, it's been acting a bit strange.
Oh boy.
It's been... Well, the ship was actually in kind of a horrible state. Tattered, eaten by worms. But ever since then, it's been reconstituting. The entire ship itself.
A healing ghost ship.
He just kind of shrugs and just gives you a smile.
Is there like any record of that being a thing? Because that sounds super fucking weird.
Such is the delightful charms of archaeology.
Okay.
AKA probably has never happened before, or has happened but never recorded.
Magic is a strange thing. It does as it does.
Amen to that.
Could I roll to see if this has happened at all?
Knowledge of religion?
Religion.
And Simon, you had your hand up. Or actually, you could be knowledge of Arcana.
Oh,
I'll be
I wish
nice.
you said that before.
Well, then you can re-roll it. Then you can hit the button. There you go.
27.
Knowledge.
You know what? For fucking giggles. Jack don't know shit.
Yeah, Jack, that's totally normal. Ships do that all the time.
What's magic, Jack?
Oh, fuck off.
Ivan?
Don't all ships heal themselves?
Ivan, that's straight up necromancy.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like necromancy magic.
Nevo?
What?
Nothing. Jack is like, of course, life magic.
Nevo's just eating a bowl of cereal.
This
He's
is
just
why
like,
Jack doesn't care.
Damn it, Nevo.
First week, we plan on dealing with the Surge Serpent skeleton, just
Okay, so my exclamation part.
Oh,
Alright,
yes.
I'm ready now. Okay. So I just want to get some more pertinent details here. You were about to explain that you have some set goals, and I want those outlined clearly. But I'm also curious, what is this 2-week time limit? What's happening at the end of that? That means that the expedition cannot continue.
Well, that is when the city plans on taking over, and getting, possibly destroying the ship. What I am planning on doing is capturing the ship for display within the new museum going up.
That makes a lot more sense.
I'm a fan of preserving this bit of history. It seems interesting. Too worthwhile for destruction.
As interesting as it is, what is our compensation? Not to be abrupt.
Oh?
Never mind on my exclamation mark.
Let me see here. Baxter, who will come up with the legal documents.
Baxter.
For a 2-week assignment will be $900.
Overall,
and I'm sure we can throw in a bonus here or there, depending upon...
Week. That's for both weeks?
That'd be 150 each. 900 divided by 6.
yep. Not including what we have to pay Baxter, Barbara, and Cookie.
I would actually... Ivan will also say something. A question.
Yes.
In terms of my pay, could you actually give 1/3 to him, points to Simon, and 1/3 to her, points to...
We can redistribute the payment afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It's paid in a lump sum, most likely. It's our administrative duty to make sure each party involved is given their fair share.
Paid appropriately.
So, it seems to me that the risk entailed in this expedition goes beyond mere assault by skeletal forces. There is a very real chance we could end up significantly cursed. Would you disagree?
There is always that probability in archaeology.
Given the the urgently advanced timetable, and the excessive amount of risk, and hold on, how many people do we have again? 1, 2, 3.
There are 6 of us.
6 base adventurers at least.
And then Cookie, Barbara, and Baxter.
Well,
so that's
those are employees. So contracts are built upon the number of adventurers.
Okay.
I feel like perhaps 1,200 might be more reasonable fee for our endeavor, before bonuses, of course.
Just looks at him like, you're... Just, like, gives him a look without saying anything. The look off his face is like, really? You're gonna try to get more money out of them?
I mean, this is negotiation right now. If he can't pay any more, then that's fine, but you have to push the boundaries and see.
Let me get his dice.
Simon already wants to take this for any amount of money.
Would that be a diplomacy on Simon's side?
That is diplomacy on Simon's, and I just rolled for Iger.
And I don't know if I get any circumstance bonuses for my persuasive argument or not.
Here we go. Okay. While I do understand the risk associated with this assignment, I'm afraid 900 is our budget.
Well, I look at him closely.
Is he telling the truth?
Yes.
I believe you. And as much as it pains me, I have to admit, the risk and adventure involved in this assignment is too much for me to turn down, even at that price. What say you, everyone else?
Sounds good to me.
As long as there are no snakes.
There's the skeleton of one incredibly large one that lives underwater.
I don't really have any preference.
I'll need some time to make some special preparations, but I guess I can take it on.
Though I'm not exactly sure how much I'm going to be useful in that sort of situation.
We'll see. I mean, anyone can beat up a skeleton.
Yeah.
Significant martial prowess like ours.
Just need a blunt object.
If you got some time, I would love to show you the dig site.
That would be wonderful.
Perhaps I can do some aerial scouting with my wings.
So we're all in agreement then.
I guess.
Alright.
Well, boss. I believe it's your job to say the magic words.
Wait, boss?
Is that not what we were saying?
Oh, jeez.
If you're not interested, I'm still absolutely willing to take on the incredible responsibility.
I mean, I'm still not sure that's entirely appropriate, but yeah, I guess okay, it sounds like a deal.
Alright. Excellent. And Niger takes some documents from Baxter, signs his name to him, and slides him on back. Anyone care to join me?
Sure, why the hell not? Got nothing better to do.
Lead the way.
I have a
Certainly.
You have a?
quick question.
Yes, Ivan.
Yeah, I was saying I have a question. As he's signing the contract, how well written does this contract look?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point.
Roll me an appraise check.
Goblinomics. I look over this too because I'm also kind of like, Goblinomics? I've never seen this before.
Appraise.
You know what? For shits and giggles, because Jack's a frickin' person. Let's see, where the hell is appraise? I have a +3. Hey!
Baxter rolled a nat 20. This is surprisingly elegantly, written out.
Nice.
Wow, in that short of time frame? Damn.
You're looking at this, how does a goblin have such good calligraphy?
Smile looking at Baxter and 2 thumbs up.
I used my best crayons.
Of course he used son of
You look down and it's wait, it almost looks like it's written in.
How many colors does this contract have?
1. He just uses black, the official crayon. I will move you guys on over.
Oh. Hold on a minute. Let me minimize some stuff. Oh, hello.
Here we go.
I'm trying to get the high-res version to load in. Still blurry right now.
Zoom out, zoom in.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
So this is the beach down south.
Yeah.
This is literally a 4 or 5 minute drive.
It's just loading for me in general.
Just down south.
Oh, this is literally the beach down there.
Yeah.
Right above little,
Yeah.
Oh no, not even within town. It's you guys follow the river downwards for 4 or 5 minutes and you're just at the beach. You guys are on the coast.
hell yes.
Can't
Beachfront property.
argue with the convenience of this one. Backyard.
Yeah, literally.
Backyard archaeology.
I'm just gonna drag my token onto here. Boop.
Question. Do we see any skeletons currently on the water right now?
On the water.
Or, on the beach?
He said it was
I meant
mostly a night
beach.
thing.
Yeah.
What the hell
you do
time of day is it right now?
It's morning.
So they're probably going back to bed.
So, let me see here. As you guys are kind of strolling on up, Idra points off to a couple of tents off to the side. That's where most of the research is going on at the moment. That's also where we're storing a lot of our finds for now. As you can see, We're still kind of sifting through a couple of things in the sand. Occasionally stuff will pop up from the surf. Thankfully, they don't ever seem active during the day.
Question.
Yes.
Are any of the skeletons currently inside of your tent?
We got one or two of them in there. Anytime we find a fresh one, we will put it through standard examination. See how old.
Any of those, and have any of those skeletons come to life?
Oh, yeah, all the time. The moon pops up and they start screaming, wanting a sword, making off comments about our mothers.
Ivan kind of looks at him. Do you mind if we look at these skeletons?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys, I have to go for bio break real fast. AFK.
Okay.
1 second. Just
Jack
letting you know if I missed something important.
look at Iger.
Same TBH.
If you don't mind, I'd like to get a survey of the ship. I won't touch anything. I'll actually even stay off the ground. It just shows his wings.
You might actually have if you're wanting to see what the current state of the Aqua Angelica, you would actually have better chances in a bathysphere.
Excuse me?
And he points off towards a pier, kind of down the beach. There is a ship with what looks like a giant metal sphere hanging off the back. We have been using that for submersible purposes, to get deep into the water. Or at least those of us who can't hold our breath for too long.
I thought this was the
Basically,
ship.
prototype submarine.
Oh, this is another ship that actually washed ashore not long after the whole tectonic activity. Trust me, the Angelica is a far grander ship than this thing.
If you don't mind, I'd like to take a look. My eyes are very perceptive.
Go right ahead.
Sick? And he just flies over to the pier.
All right. It is. It looks like a freight ship, like a little cargo ship. And on the back is this crane that is attached to this massive iron sphere. And it's got some hatches on the top of it that look like they can open up. Got a couple glass ports around the side, and it looks like it's big enough to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 people.
Okay, back.
Alright. Well, just starts to make mental notes of everything. Wow. Color me impressed, Jack says.
We also have some dive suits prepped and ready. They're not the most mobile things, but they'll get you treading along the reef bed pretty well.
Yeah. Okay, so immediately Simon's thinking, if we're going to get the head of a giant serpent, how are we going to get it out of there? Carefully.
We have that covered. And Iger kind of gives you a smile. I managed to procure... And he kind of wanders on over to one of the tents, pulls out a box, sort of a big old wooden crate, and he pulls out these big old rubber, balloons, or these balls.
I know what those are.
Yep.
Ooh, buoyancy.
We're going to inflate them, or we're going to attach them to the skull, inflate them, and just have it float up to the surface.
Yes, can be.
We were originally planning on doing that with the Aqua Angelica until, well...
It ended up being super fucking haunted.
Yeah. I was rather proud of that idea.
On that?
Well, I mean... yes, no, maybe. It really depends upon just what the hell is going on the Angelica.
Speaking of which, are any of our swords glowing?
Do you guys have any of them out?
I was actually going to...
I don't think I have a sheath.
Something?
What time of day is it, by the way?
It's morning. It's morning.
Okay.
And remember, they only function during the moon.
Function.
Yeah.
They only come out at night.
But is Simon examining his just to see if it's glowing or anything?
That's exactly what he's doing. That he just got that inkling.
Here we go.
Please don't corrupt OBS. Thank God. That scared me.
Here we go. I would say, as Simon, as you're kind of like unsheathing yours, kind of just check out, just to see if it's given off the distinctive glow to indicate danger. Want you Actually, you guys won't even need to roll for this. You actually see Iger, his eyebrow kind of raise on up. He looks at your blade, and then he kind of glances on over to you, Alex, and he kind of takes a look at yours hanging by your, on your belt.
Yep.
Hello again.
That sure is an ancient sword.
Even would also have on his belt, by the way.
Again?
Out of...
What?
You hear Dr. Iger kind of... Or you see him kind of glance on over to Alex's sword, and you hear him say, hello again. And glances on over to yours, Ivan. Yours too.
Alex looks over at him and raises an eyebrow.
Know you what these are? I thought if one might, it could be you.
About a month ago, those are what I think they are, I was giving a lecture down in New Vidnolik. A young woman came up to me. I was giving a lecture on Atlantean history. And a young woman came up to me and showed me a picture. I have to say I was rather astonished. I identified them as none other than the Duskblades of the River Runners.
Oh, was it Fede?
Was that young woman perhaps employed with the House of Gears?
Fay Ray was her name. Fay Ray Bazaar.
Yes,
Yep,
that's
that's
her.
the one. Hi, I'm here.
Well, thank you so much for helping give us a history lesson on the ancient artifacts we came into possession of.
You're welcome.
How fortuitous that we should meet again now.
If we end up having to fight a bunch of skeletons, maybe you'll get to see them in action.
That would be quite the pleasure. I hope you don't mind me asking, but where exactly did you acquire them?
The temple.
Looks at Simon and Kodhran.
I mean, if you want to be honest,
Found them in a well.
yeah, I was about to say we found them at the bottom of a well in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
Yeah. It was kind
By
of
an
a
ancient
vault.
ritual and
I'm trying to remember what it was
Vampire.
called. I'm trying
Oath
to
of
remember
the River Runner.
No. What was it called? What were they called?
A vault? Yeah.
The Shadow Vault.
There
Shadow
it is.
Vault.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We also
Okay.
fought
Did I
a.
forget to mention that at the bottom of that well was a shadow vault? That might have been what I forgot to mention.
And we also fought a undead king.
Wasn't he a prince?
I don't know if it's
Like
a
a-
king.
Duke or something? No, he didn't really have like a kingly air about him. I don't think he was a king.
I hope you'll pardon my curiosity. My specialty within the university is Second Era and First Era archaeology. It's not every day that you get to see something that's an artifact of the elves. Especially this many things related to the elves.
You probably would have really liked that vampire guy.
Well, Sure.
We tried to quiz him for history stuff while he was recovering before insisting on a honorable duel to the death.
Fuck you, Internet!
Rip.
I'll tell you what, stick around and I'll be more than happy to give you their full history. I'm actually quite familiar with them. And the River Runners. And the River Runners.
Oh.
Jasper was the name.
Jasper.
Oh, yeah.
Prince Human, son of King Julius.
I was right. He was a prince.
Felled in the Battle of Endless Night against Alusfane the Night Lord.
Maybe less felled, more turned into a vampire.
Yes, it turned into a vampire, actually. And interred in a shadow vault.
With all these cool swords.
And I delivered his cape to the Natural History Museum of Novik.
You did that. I have a friend who works there who told me that somebody had dropped off a Third Era relic belonging to the Yulman family.
Yep.
Couple of them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate that. I have some friends who are rather keen on the Third Era, so... much appreciated. Well then, I'm in good company then. Alright.
We are professionals.
Alright. So, what else is there to go over? We have the schedule. First we...
Lean over to Simon like, you think he knows anything about the weird spear thing?
Simon looks over at you, and you can't read anything on his face for the most part. But then, at the last second, you see an expression on his face. He shoots you an expression real fast that looks like almost definitely, probably not. Don't. But then suddenly, you don't see the expression again anymore.
Alex shrugs.
I would like to do something really quick.
Yes.
Nevo, do you mind following me to the tent?
What tent?
Those tents.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Ivan will kind of look inside of the tent.
Okay. It looks like there's a bunch of tables set up, a couple examination tables, and there is one that has a skeleton on there. Let me see here. It looks like they have it strapped down with leather cords.
Okay. I'll look at Nevo and ask him, so, do you know any spell?
I mean, I can command undead.
But does that mean you can let it speak?
Can you seize control of undead you have not created?
I guess that's a question for Storm. I actually don't know.
I know there's actually a talent for speaking with undead. Because if you just animate the corpse, that's PH. Death Sphere. Tag, stay, follow me. Has no knowledge or abilities to think, and cannot answer questions or reveal anything new in life.
Okay.
That's a negative.
But I was also thinking tactically.
I was actually going to ask, could I roll anything to know what would happen if he used necromancy magic on somebody that already has necrotic magic on it?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll a knowledge of Arcana.
Knowledge Arcana coming up. Boop. It's gonna take a little bit. If you want, I can roll my dice physically.
Yeah, go ahead. Actually, I can just beep boop.
Okay.
I can just bippity boop your thing.
Nice.
Player journal.
Oh, well, I just rolled it, and it is a soft 20.
Soft 20. It really depends upon like the level of necromantic taint. You wouldn't really know for sure until you actively cast the spell on it.
Could you try to animate the dead just to see what would happen? 'Cause if we had to fight this thing, it would be better if we know what your necrotic magic does to this thing.
Well, if something bad happens, I'm blaming you. I'll try to do Command Undead, I guess.
Alright. Command Undead. Alright.
So, I'm gonna go pass out.
Alright. Go ahead, Mazzy.
Bye.
And I'll say, if anybody needs to run use the bathroom, you gonna do that real quick. Alright, you command undead. You can
So, bio break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, Nevo, it doesn't seem... You don't seem to be able to command it. Doesn't seem like there's anything... Like any necromantic energies to kind of commandeer at this moment.
Well, this guy probably either has someone else possessing him, or I'm just not good enough.
Roll me a knowledge arcana, Nevo.
I see. Ivan will walk out. Oh.
12.
12? Okay. He might not be able to be commanded because he's not technically an undead right now. He might just be, considering what Idr's been telling you, it might just be a normal skelly until the moon comes up.
Ivan is going to walk out and head over to this skeleton. Or is the skeleton actually there or not?
Yes. Looks like it's half buried in the sand.
Without touching the sword, I'd like to examine it to see if there's like any etching, runes, or something similar on it.
Okay. What would you use for that? Perception. Kind of search it over.
Okay, perception. Isn't there an actual search skill?
I think that's just part of perception. Yeah, search skill was part of 3.5.
Ah, okay. 12.
Nothing you can see. Looks like he might have like lost an eye at one point. You can see some slashes over one of his eye sockets, but you're not seeing any like magic runes or anything.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any type of runes on it, so there's nothing that's really showing any activation on it. I guess that's all Ivan's gonna do. Actually, he's going to ask. He's going to ask, Iger. He's gonna ask Iger, question, what exactly... Is there, like, any not incantations, is there any signs when they come to life, like any glowing aura, or any sounds coming out when they start coming up, besides them swearing at you?
From the skeletons, not really. The ship glows, though. We've observed once.
Ship glows, which might mean that it's some sort of focus? Have you looked at the ship for any type of markings or etchings on it?
We do not get close enough to do that. Anytime we get near the ship, they animate. Just around the ship, though.
So wait, when you get around the ship, they animate during the day, correct?
Yes, or at least within close proximity to the ship. We get close enough and unfortunate things start to happen.
But during the night, during the night, every skeleton on the beach animates.
Typically.
Can I roll anything to see if that sounds like, or anything about that? That sounds kind of sketchy.
What do you want in the roll?
Sounds sus.
To see if there's a way that the ship could have a special rune or like any type of like spell cast on it to basically make the skeletons come to life. And if I've heard of that during my times at Salamantha.
Spellcraft Arcana.
Okay.
Nat 20, boy.
20. Woo!
Alright. It sounds like that they are lunarly tied, so that whenever the moon pops up, they do activate. But it is possible to put contingencies, like contingency spells that'll activate on certain like parameters. Let me see here. Knowing let me see how I can word this. Knowing the dark forces of Alisfane, or at least what you heard of necromantic armies, it really could be just like a giant middle finger to anyone trying to like come and pick up a loved one's body. Be like, I'm going to go like find my husband, and then your husband animates and tries to kill you.
Okay.
Basically as a way to keep the spirits like tied to something. Keep them from finding peace in the afterlife.
Brutal.
From that roll, do I know if there's any type of wording that could like stop somebody from like appearing from like whatever's tying that ship down? Like sort of like putting something in lead so clairvoyancy doesn't work.
Let me see here. Warding magic. Spells that could protect against undead. If you like casted a powerful enough spell, you could probably put like a ward around it, keep it contained.
I will actually ask him. Have you thought of possibly putting a ward on the ship or on your crew to not be detected by whatever is causing the ship to animate the dead?
Well, I I will fully admit that's what I was kind of hoping you all would have the capability to do. If not hide our crew, then at least beat them back into submission. So we can get our work done.
I don't think any of us, besides our resident, just pats Nevo's shoulder.
Wizard?
Person who deals with undead spirits, let's put it lightly. At least, none of us have that capability, as far as I'm aware of. To put the souls at rest, at least permanently, without dispatching
I have
them.
a big question.
Yes?
For those of us who cannot hold our breath, or even breathe underwater, how do you exactly plan for us to ward off these skeletons? If they are mostly underwater when you head towards the ship.
I don't know.
Well, we might have a solution for that.
I have no idea.
Don't worry about it too much. I think we maybe have something that we could do about that.
I will fully admit, hiring on a paramilitary group is largely a desperate act on the university's part. We really want to save this ship. It's just a part of our history. I mean, a part of the city's history. That ship, the Aqua Angelica, was actually built on the first settlement here in what would later become Sanrea. So, we're just hoping to get something done to it before the city decides to bring in the Navy and death charge it into submission. Call me an optimist.
We'll do what we can.
As long as you can work within some of our limitations, we should be able to protect and assist you.
And I offer you all the full assistance of the Sanrea's Master College, whatever we might be able to do.
I mean, I'm ready to fight some skeletons.
There is, I'll admit, there is also one other issue. It's not exactly tied to the magic of what's going on under the sea. We have had a couple of pirates, and he pulls the big air quotes.
Oh, fun.
Modern, not blackmailers, treasure hunters, thieves who have been sneaking into our camp every once in a while to steal artifacts, put them on the black market.
Understood.
Of course.
That we can deal with easily enough.
I'm not saying shoot them on sight, but I would not be shedding a tear if I don't know, they were to be scared away permanently. Did he kind of awkwardly looks over his shoulder, make sure none of the students are...
We'll give them fair warning.
Nods. Thankfully, they're not a large group. It's just 2 or 3 men in a boat who like to give us a little hello every once in a while. Kind of rubs his eyes. Might see him pop by every once in a while. They're not hard to see. It's a little white boat. They'll sometimes pretend to be fishing, but you'll see their binoculars up on the side of the boat watching the camp, so...
We'll take care of it.
I appreciate it. Alright. Any other questions?
Not that I can think of.
When can we
I'll
get
be back. I need to
started?
go to the restroom.
Oh, go ahead. Go right ahead, Ivan. Everyone pees in the
Go
ocean.
ahead. Yeah, it's fine.
In fact, let
Go
me
pee
join...
him out.
In fact, let me join you. We'll pee together into the ocean.
God damn it.
And by that I mean I'll be right back. Allow me to go add more salt into the water.
Wow.
That phrasing. Welcome to D&D chat, where stupid shit happens 24/7.
Pathfinder, technically.
It's still D&D. I consider it the same. Gods. My mental chicanery with Jack is, just like my mental state IRL right now. A fucking potato.
I want a potato.
Yeets a potato at you.
Hum catches it in my mouth.
Your mom bought potatoes. I could make stuffed potatoes.
Oh, yes. Do it. No, wait, I want hash browns more.
I work at Tim Hortons. I can get you hash browns.
Yes, feed me hash browns.
Just, okay, let me get the funnel.
Yes.
You want salt and ketchup with that?
Mostly just potatoes.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
Maybe a
just
little
hash
salt.
browns sound awesome right now.
you're welcome. Just starts force feeding you hash browns.
Oh, you say force like you'd have to actually force me.
Give me the browns!
Give me the browns! Nobody gets
Give me the
hurt.
browns!
Give me those
Cat's
biscuits
hole
and
is never
gravy!
ending.
Terrible. Terrible. How could you say that? Ow.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
There we go. Okay. That's still going. That's still going. All right. That. Did anyone else run and use the restroom?
Went earlier, I'm good.
Okay. Tom, Dragon, you still holding in there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Gypsy?
I'm great.
All right.
Why did you sound like Tony the Tiger?
Great.
Oh, that's my potato brain right now. I am hypothetically theorizing that I am run on hamsters and or gerbils.
Oh.
But potatoes.
Here we go. Yeah. As I was posting in the chat earlier, Spheres of Power will be releasing their final expansion. Which will be a bunch of like social spheres. Spheres of Guile. Let me see here. New classes, Mastermind. Blur. Bring it up. Bring it up. Oh, wait. New class Inventor for the engineering skill. 5 new base classes Envoy, Courser, Professional, Mastermind, and Agent. 15 new base spheres Artifice, Bluster, Body Control, Communication, Faction, Herbalism, Infiltration, Investigation, Navigation, Performance, Spell Hacking, whatever the hell that is, Study, Subterfuge, Survivalism, and Vocation. So a bunch of...
What the heck? Half of these sound good for my character. What the heck? What is going on here?
The final spoke in the Spheres Triad for Pathfinder 1st Edition. So
When does that come out?
The Kickstarter ends in 21 days. So June 9th is when the Kickstarter will finish up, and it'll be Kickstarter ready whenever. But I'll be handing off all the books to everybody when that starts rolling around. Oh, you can see a sample of the book here.
Neat.
It is... Oh, come on, load. Oh, that's a big file. Oh,
Maybe later.
that is 39 pages.
I probably wouldn't want to mess with it until after stream.
Yeah.
That way you're not chugging your computer.
Fuck around with that later. All right. Kit, you back?
Just a bit of advice.
You still pooping, Kit? I'll take that as a yes.
Oh, you better not have fallen asleep on the pooper.
Oh, what did you know
When you
about taking a shite?
drop a deuce so hard that you black out.
It's so hard you lose 10 pounds.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, I've done that.
Your body feels like you just lost 10 pounds, and your asshole also feels like you just lost 10 pounds.
When you shit so hard, you literally drop a freaking earthquake.
When you shit so hard, you're like, wow, where'd all the cum come from?
Jesus!
Wow!
Wow, no chill.
Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you.
Christ.
There's brown in the toilet and white on the ceiling.
What did I just join?
Oh, hey, welcome back, bud.
Hell. Literal hell.
All right.
Yeah, everyone's getting to know me.
Picking back up where we were.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Jeebus Christ.
So Idra basically tells you guys can start whenever. Whenever you guys feel like you're ready to go. So it just depends upon how you guys would like to tackle this.
Wow.
Sort of a group confer meeting.
I mean, Simon's
will-
viewpoint. Oh, go ahead, Ivan.
Ivan was just gonna suggest some of us could just wait on the beach until nightfall.
Would be
Well, the Justicar can help us breathe underwater to a limited extent.
Well, I think that's why we have that thing. Points over to what I am assuming is like the equivalency of an 8-man small submarine.
it is a giant metal sphere that's got like external lights on it and a little window.
Yeah, but we'd be like
Subnautica frickin' submarine.
Yeah.
we'd be like stuck inside of it, which would maybe make it hard to like bonk skeletons on the skull. Just saying, it did be good to bring the Justicar along. Also, it can do like whirlpools and waves and all that sort of cool stuff.
Not sure how useful the waves will be underwater. No offense.
Well, I mean, it's still probably useful, and it has like radar and stuff, and the ice guns.
Probably not.
Freezing things solid.
Well, regardless.
Being harder to hit. We're bringing the fucking car.
Well, we'll probably have to have some people fetch the skull by actually going in with the scuba suits.
Uh-huh. Or using the air bubble.
Right. Whatever way
I mean,
it
I could
works.
possibly attach some of it to the skull. I can hold my breath for a while.
If only we had an apparatus of the crowd.
That is a CL-19,
I don't care.
which means you guys can't use it until your 19th level.
Oh.
Well, a collective 19th level.
No.
That means... oh. But Monty did it with her group.
I'm not Monty.
Well, get good.
Muting you. I don't...
Worth it.
I don't need your sass right now.
I'm not sorry. Not at all. It was worth it.
Also, when you're talking about, like, the apparatus thing, I'm guessing you're talking about, like, a larger version of this, essentially.
Giant mech crab.
Yes, that's the bathysphere.
Yeah, so just a much, much larger version.
We will have individuals from the university who will be working towards trying to attach the flotation devices to the skull.
How many of those suits do you have?
How many do you need?
I mean, there's 6 of us.
Hey, Nods, I can get you 6.
That would be preferred, just in case if we do have to go in on air quotes.
I mean, 2 of the 6 looks at the 2 Atlans.
I can only
Limited
hold my
breathing.
breath. I can't breathe underwater.
I think Nevo's the only one among you who can breathe underwater, because he's a Twilight Atlan.
Hey.
Yeah, last
Correct.
time I
Well, Jack doesn't know that.
hold their breath number equal to minutes to 6 times their constitution score. So I can hold my breath for 60 minutes.
So 1 hour.
Oh, only an hour. Great, one of our fish people is asthmatic.
I am not the same type of... Not all fishmen... fishmen. Not all type of Atlans are... can breathe underwater. That is a misconception.
Oh, well, sorry. You only have fins on your face.
That's racist.
I will have you know that is a byproduct of our merfolk ancestry. Do you not know where the Atlans came from?
Wasn't.
Atlantis, technically speaking.
Before
Yeah, I
that,
mean,
actually.
Well, still, it sounds like we need one less suit.
The Atlans came about when the Moon Elves interbred with the merfolk of Avalon, resulting in the first Atlans. So we cannot traditionally breathe underwater except for our more deep-sea cousins. And he kind of gestures over to Nevo. We can hold our breath for a remarkably long time. And he kind of crosses his arms and kind of gives you this look like, yeah, that do anything for you?
Okay.
Okay. It's like, Jack's like thinking, okay, Mr. Smug.
Oh.
You may be able to breathe underwater for a long time, but can you fly?
Okay.
He says with a smirk.
This seems like an unnecessary comparison anyway. So, 5 suits.
And we can get those to you. Who's driving on the beach?
Somehow Jack has a freaking motorcycle doing donuts on the beach. Just revving the engine.
He just gets it out while everyone's talking. It's like...
Now another question. How difficult is it to maneuver in that suit?
I mean, they're not the most elegant things. It's basically, it's like a dive helmet suit. It's like got the big old brass ball where you stick your head in. It's got the metal boots. They'll at least keep you on the floor of the seafloor, but You'll still have the normal penalties from like moving around underwater and fighting underwater.
What does that mean in Pathfinder?
You'll take a -2 to attacks. If you're casting a spell underwater, you'll need to roll a concentration check. And slashing and bludgeoning deals half damage.
Oh boy. Wait.
Ugh. What about guns? Do those function underwater?
That is piercing.
Because that begs the question of if my magic bullets
But the problem
work underwater.
is, would they be waterlogged?
That's
there
why I'm
is-
asking about my magic bullets that I create with my class.
That is a toughie, because you do just create just magical shit. I would say for damage, since they count as piercing, they'll deal normal damage. You'll still be
Well, I'm
taking...
talking like range-wise.
Oh, wait a minute. Ranged attacks underwater. Attacks from ranged weapons take a -2 to attack for every 5 feet of water they pass through.
Yeah, I'm useless.
I better hope that we keep
I can
outside of water.
have the Justicar create a nice dry air bubble.
Honestly, personally, as much as Jack would be decent underwater, he's kind of like a dead weight because all he uses is pistols. He'd be better off just being guard duty.
I'm also not super great underwater because my con score is a 10.
Oh, literally none of my abilities work underwater, so...
Yeah, like over half of our crew is like technically useless underwater.
Which is why I'm bringing the fucking Justicar.
Means you guys have to fight creatively.
So I can create whirlpools and
If our
shove shit
stupid
around.
swords were finesse weapons, they'd be better. But they're not.
Would telekinesis with hydrodynamic objects not take a penalty?
With hydrodynamic objects?
Like anything that's kind of shaped like a missile, like anything that would flow smoothly through water.
Thrown weapons are ineffective underwater, even when launched from land. Ooh. Piercing would deal normal damage, but that would effectively be a thrown weapon underwater.
Let me see here.
Here, isn't there like better weapons
actually-
for underwater,
I know.
like tridents and spears?
Would be.
Because I know those don't typically have damage penalties, at least in 5e.
Once per
Not sure
turn,
if that shares.
Once per turn, when lifting a creature or object with telekinesis referred to as a bludgeon, you can spend its remaining movement to strike a creature or object within its reach. This is considered a ranged attack.
Ranged
You can
attack.
benefit
Okay.
from feats or combat talents related to weapon and ranged attacks. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay, so piercing weapons. Deal normal damage. But it would still take the -2 per 5 feet that it passes through because of water resistance. But it would deal normal damage.
Quick question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while we were looking at the, I don't remember what it's called, the arsenal room or whatever.
Oh,
Were there any like?
You mean your stock room, your gear room?
Yes. Were there any like spear tridents, like any type of pole arms that could be used easier underwater?
Let me grab. Good on you for remembering that. Justice Fist HQ, business, organization sheet. Load. Load up. Load up. Blunderbuss. Crossbows. Garrots. Javelins.
Javelins sound like they would
rapiers,
be okay, just not thrown.
Spears.
Okay, so we do have spears.
Pretty much any piercing weapon, piercing melee weapon wouldn't take the -2 and deals normal damage. So the spear would work. Does the dagger deal piercing?
I know it doesn't.
Daggers usually deal slashing or piercing, depending on where you're using them for.
Piercing or slashing?
Yeah. So Ivan will bring up. We do have some. If I recall correctly, we do have spears and daggers inside of our base, which would be a simple weapon that some of us could use in case we do have to actually fight in water.
There are also, you have some crossbows,
We also have crossbow,
which could be converted into underwater crossbows.
We do also have crossbows, though the problem is we need to get those converted into function underwater.
And how long would that take?
Probably just a day. Day of modification.
About a day.
Then get that done.
So we could resort to using spears and modified crossbows instead of our usual weapons.
And your talents would still work with them too.
I don't think I have any talents for any of those.
I think he's referring to myself and Khurtin.
Yeah.
Because...
Oh, okay.
Because I have a lot of range talents.
Now here's a question. Are spears considered finesse weapons?
I don't think so.
I know in 5e they're not.
That seems weird because they're entirely mobility based.
Thrown.
Yeah, it's thrown brace.
So not a finessable weapon.
Two-handed.
Yeah, typically
so
two-handed
we would-
weapons are not.
What you would be wanting is a harpoon, right?
I think that is still very similar from what I know, even in 5e. Because it's still a long pole arm.
Is a harpoon considered finessable
No.
in Pathfinder? Oh.
I was checking.
Yeah, so regardless, any of us who use a pole arm would be relying on strength, and none of us have strength.
There is a masterwork rapier.
Yeah. I mean, I
that'd be
use a
the
dueling blade for finesse, so...
That'd be the closest thing I could get to being still useful in melee.
That's actually why I swapped out Neled. Like, for a little while I was using Neled, but now I'm back to... Because my gunblade is modular. I can swap out what blade is attached to my revolver.
Yeah, I'd probably take a modified crossbow and the rapier. just because it will at least be an extra weapon, because Finesse boy, I can't do shit.
Yeah, I will actually be able to swap my modular thing so that it's a modified crossbow and a dueling sword combined into one weapon.
Okay. And
if we get a hold of one of those, if we get a hold of those modified crossbows,
and you can actually hand them off to Cookie, since Cookie counts as a mechanic.
Huh, neat. Free shit.
Ivan will then suggest, so how about we hand the crossbows over to someone to modify them, and during this night we have someone keeping guard of the tents.
I still don't think any of us have dark vision at all.
I could stay on guard with every. Yes, I could stay on guard with people during the night, and I can basically give you guys dark vision during that night. I would be on permanent guard duty essentially for that night. Because I could essentially give you dark vision, and you would also have a doctor on hand.
Well, okay, so Simon's viewpoint is that we should be pretty aggressive about giving them as much time as possible to do their work. Like, every minute counts. Every hour counts. Given that it's a time limit.
But our issue is we can't really do much underwater right now.
I mean, I say, like, rush into it. And do whatever we can. If we have to swim out there and punch skeletons, we swim out there and punch skeletons.
Why don't I just clear them out?
That's an idea.
Art. They're gonna have to be flexible.
Ooh, that I could not understand what he was saying at all.
Dragon, was that you?
Yes. Yeah, that was Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, Dragon, you sound a bit gargled right now.
Sorry, my must have been too far away from my face.
There we go.
I was saying, no matter what we choose, we'll have to be flexible.
Yeah. Okay, so for instance, if they're working, so where are they working right now?
Where's the archaeology team working?
Or not like right now, like this second. I mean, at this time, what section of the site are they?
For right now, they're actually kind of excavating here on this beach. Before they head on off to any of the other sites, they kind of want security with them. But they're mostly kind of grabbing anything that gets washed up from the ocean.
Yeah.
Here isn't.
So if I guess we don't have a larger map of the different points.
let me see here. If you guys want to take a tour real quick, I can give you a preview. Oh wait, I need to use my other one.
Mostly getting an
Okay, I got
idea of travel time from the beach to each location.
Okay.
And also the nature of like scouting, like the nature of where they will be and how they will need to be defended and possible points they could be attacked from.
Okay. Yeah, Idra can do that for you. He can take you out on a boat, and he can take you to the 2 main locations.
You always have to scout the location.
He'll show you the location of the serpent skull first. Did that get loaded in?
Oh, big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and is it on top of the ship?
It looks like it was wrapping around the ship.
All right, Midgard somewhere.
They are big boys. They are classified as a colossal creature. Since they're not able to get to the entire skeleton, the idea is to just take the skull. They'll have a team that'll be attaching the balloons to the skull, and they'll just have it drift up to the surface.
So I'm seeing potential points both from a nearby underwater cavern and from the seafloor, which is open on every angle. Thankfully, we have a lot of wall behind us, but basically we can still get pincer attacked. I would want us from looking over this. Simon would recommend that we scout out the inside of that cave before we let the people start working there. Like, so we would arrive here and everyone would kind of be ready to get out of Dodge still, like maybe not submerged, maybe still in a boat on the surface or something, while we go into that cavern and make sure nothing's sketch there. So, for instance, that is the plan that Simon lays out for that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Hydra will take you off to the second location. You guys cannot get close to it just because of that proximity sort of thing that goes on. Whoops, I accidentally grabbed the entire map. No,
Is it more
not that one.
exposed at low
This
tide?
one.
Yeah, Ivan will actually.
Okay.
Ivan will actually ask him what is kind of proximity it seems like when they activate the skeletons.
Let me see here, just for the sake of it, once you enter this battle map right here. So this is like
Okay.
about 100 feet out. So about 100 feet out is when it activates.
Gasp.
And this ship is huge. This is like a 4
I'm
level
blown away
galleon.
by the
And it
scale
is,
of this.
despite the fact that it is sitting underwater, it looks brand new. Like, Idra was not kidding when he said that it was like reconstituting itself.
I mean, and that you're saying that the city. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me get back in character.
You're saying the city wants to bomb this thing, maybe?
Well,
Or destroy it?
with all the skeletons that have been popping out of it.
Will it even work? If they try?
That is a damn fine question.
I think...
I was actually about to ask. Could Ivan roll to see if bombing it would even get rid of the skeleton issue?
You could roll the knowledge of engineering, but I would probably say it really depend upon the level of ordnance they were lobbing at this thing. I mean, you'd be dealing You'd be dealing with... Hydra kind of tells you, I would give anything to see a ghostly pirate ship go up against a modern battleship. If I could be totally honest.
So wait, sorry.
Just Jack would give this opportunity up. Well, I suppose when we are set and done with everything, maybe watch the fireworks of something stupid going on.
I'm not sure how.
How did you expect? Did you have enough balloons that you thought you might be able to lift this?
And you see him kind of look on over to you. He gives you a smile. And from his pocket, he pulls out a little orb. And anyone who has knowledge of knowledge of Arcana can roll a check to see what this is.
So, I just have a quick question before I roll.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Why were you asking me to roll knowledge engineering to see if
that was
would actually get rid of the skeleton issue?
Just to see what Ivan would know.
I'm sad.
Okay, so I'll roll engineering and
I'm
Arcana.
rolling bad Arcana today. I'm unknowledgeable.
Oh.
19 on Arcana, 16 on engineering.
Alright. I mean, Ivan, a bombing run's a bombing run. You throw enough bombs at anything, it could take care of, like, an entire town, let alone a ship.
Well, that wasn't really my question, though.
I mean, yeah, if they dropped enough bombs on them, they could get rid of the skeletons. If you're talking about, like, the lingering magic, you're not too sure.
Okay.
And believe it or not, only Jack gets this. This item is what's known as a storage sphere. It is a little sphere that you hold up against a vehicle for 3 rounds, and it absorbs the vehicle into the sphere as a storage unit.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Me above game. Jack just looks mildly impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
what is that?
Well, fuck me sideways. That's a storage sphere.
What does it do?
From what I know, is it, depending on what the hell it's held up against, it can basically have a black hole effect of just does like a suction motion to one spot and claps his hand.
What's a black
together?
hole?
Oh, basically a smaller version of this, and just I know he can't do this, but for flavor wise, because of his warp sphere, create like a tiny little like black blob on the point of his fingertip.
So you're saying it's like this?
And I pull my gun blade out of my sleeve and then put it back
create a
in.
singularity.
Ah, yeah, kind of like your
Extra-dimensional.
pocket. Yeah, like your extra pocket dimension. Also, neat trick.
Also,
How'd you get a hold of one of
Ivan
those?
kind of
Poker game.
Ivan kind of Ivan kind of smiles and asks. First, he's gonna ask. First, he's gonna ask him, how much will those things usually cost?
Too much money.
Let's see. HRE apparatus. Hold on, I need to consult the Wikipedia.
Why do I imagine he just pulls out like a freaking price booklet out of like thin air and just starts looking it up?
And more importantly, what is the caster level?
Here we go. For holding a colossal vehicle, which is what this boat is, it is $4,000, and its caster level is 15.
Jesus.
Ooh. Wait. So, that's a caster level 15. I'm gonna ask him, how exactly are you able to use that thing?
Because I've been at the archaeology business for over 500 years.
Fair enough. Amen to that.
Numerous experience points.
Nice.
This has been one of my most treasured items I've had in my entire career. When I needed to sneak the Chariot of Khufu out of Kumari, I managed to smuggle it out in one of these. The Chariot of Khufu, the Boy King. They were planning on melting the entire. It's made of entirely out of gold.
Can
I
roll for that?
So Kumari is Africa, basically. Khufu was, I'd say with your knowledge of 24, you'd know this was one of the early dynasty kings. Basically King Tut.
Yeah.
He had a chariot made out of solid gold given to him.
Good lord, wasn't that made out of solid gold?
Yep. And stored right in this thing in my pocket. As I smuggled it out.
How many dollars?
Priceless.
How big are the dollar signs?
Bit of an awkward conversation while they were.
How big are the dollar signs in
Bit of an awkward ordeal trying to smuggle that out tucked in my lap. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, sir, you are very impressive, and I tip my metaphorical hat to you.
The idea is that we will absorb that, and he points to the ship,
also, Ivan
into this, and then once we get a certain exhibit put up, once the museum is finally constructed, we will have a portal space, or an extra-dimensional space within the museum, that we will store that entire ship in.
I like
Simon
this.
Is eyeing that sphere. He's getting ideas. He wants one of his own.
Yeah, Ivan will then lean over to Simon and say, Simon, if we are able to get one of those things one of these days, we could store the blimp in it.
Simon's like, what? Oh, the blimp? Oh, right. The blimp. Yes, of course. Well, that's what I'm interested in, the blimp.
Simon's got these ideas. Simon's like, can I Carmen San Diego and like steal the Statue of Liberty? Like, what can I do?
What? No, your question is what can't I do?
What can't he do with these?
Oh, shit.
So that was how David Copperfield was able to make the Statue of Liberty disappear.
It even says it can easily store vehicles and large structures. Oh, I didn't read that last part.
Simon's like, oh, shit.
Oh, dude, no, wait. Better yet, we're going to Despicable Me this bullshit.
We have the moon. Don't worry.
We are going to steal the moon!
Okay. So...
Fucking A.
So, out of curiosity, you have not approached this ship yet, right?
I mean, once or twice, and then the skeletons come alive, and...
So there was no attempt made yet to place the ship
Infiltrate.
within that sphere already?
No, we kind of abandoned the whole plot after the skeletons started loading the cannons, and...
I feared the presence of the skeletons might interrupt the magic.
Yes. It's kind of hard to put something that big into something this small when you're being stabbed by cutlasses.
Even if you managed it, is the
Fair
sphere
enough.
able to contain animated, living, sentient things?
I'm afraid not. All the skeletons would be jettisoned all around us once that happened.
That would be very, very dangerous.
Yes.
Perhaps what is necessary is a solely mercenary expedition into the ship to investigate the heart of the problem.
If you're willing to risk it.
Oh, I'd love the chance to risk it. To walk aboard that thing, or swim inside that thing. That's the kind of opportunity one does not pass up if they get it.
I would suggest bringing someone with you.
Oh, no, not... I mean solely military. Just Justice Fist.
Jack has a feeling of what he's
one of us with you.
Just the 6 of us.
Clear out the problem, then.
Clear out the problem and then report back.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, I don't want any people that we have to defend anywhere near this thing while it's still creating undead.
Yeah.
Can I roll something really quick?
I mean, theoretically, if you can continue to roll, you can roll, but I'm going to continue going off for a minute. I mean, theoretically, if we're talking...
Of what do I want to roll?
No, that's Storm's call.
So, Kit, give them 1 second so that way they can have their little moment, and then I'll get back to you, Kit.
I mean, in theory, we want to get rid of the problem and then come back, but obviously we want to make sure everything's safe and orderly. So, by that case, have everything set and done. That way you and your squad, your team here, can do what they need to, and also in potential theory, who knows if these skeletons come back if we just kill them.
While we are above, I'm assuming we're still pretty far away from the ship.
Yes.
Hold on, let me see. Let me check something real quick. Oh shit.
I would also like to question something before I roll.
Go ahead, Kit.
I will first ask, how is the visibility under there? Like, how much light gets there once you reach the actual ship?
Oh, it's beautiful. Like, it's like crystal clear water.
Okay, so next thing I'm going to ask above game. Can I roll to see if undead have like dark vision?
That's a knowledge of religion.
Religion, okay. Not great at that, but let's see. Come on.
There's CR1. 18. Okay. You know that common skeletons have dark vision 60?
Normal dark vision or magic dark vision?
Dark vision.
Does that mean that they could see out of my sphere of darkness?
Your sphere of darkness says that creatures with dark vision can see out.
Fuck, this sphere is useless.
That's why you gotta get that talent that says creatures with dark vision can't see through it.
Yeah. Okay, so, I was looking up, what is medium range in Pathfinder terms?
It is 100 plus 10 feet per level.
Am I within medium range of this ship? Since we're outside of the skeleton range.
I'm gonna say right now, no. Are you wanting us to get closer for some reason?
I take out my goggles of magic sight.
Okay.
I don't need to get close enough to trigger the skeletons. I just need to get within, looking at divine on the divination sphere, I need to get within duration of concentration. Divining reveals information from sources within medium range of you as an emanation. It reveals information each round the effect is maintained, divining can penetrate most barriers. 3 feet. It would be the surface because it's 3 feet of wood and dirt, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal. Basically, I would be I'm checking to see if it's the boat itself in its entirety that's cursed, or perhaps just an object inside that I don't see.
Okay.
So I just need to get within medium range, and the item level of this is just, so it'd be 110 feet.
Okay.
So just if he knows the edge of what's safe, we would just need to get to that.
All right. You explain that to him. He gives you a nod. They move the bathysphere a little closer. Not too close, though. All right. Do you need to roll anything for that?
No, I just slide. I put on my goggles, which are just the clear lenses, but they have 2 colored lenses. The left eye has a red lens that's out of place, and the left eye has a blue lens that's out of place, and I rotate them into place, and they glow. So they look like 3D goggles. 3D glasses.
Nice.
And they glow, and it is if I had cast the standard divine effect of the divination sphere.
All right.
And so I just start concentrating on it. I have to spend my full turn each turn concentrating, and I'm flat-footed while I'm doing it, but it persists for as long as I'm concentrating on it. So I gain the ability to divine for magical auras, learning their strength and location. I do not know the exact caster level of an item or spell, but I may sense the aura's general strength according to the chart below. It would be 1 to 5 is faint, 6 to 10 is moderate, 12 to 20 is strong, 21 plus is overwhelming. And then I would need to make an Arcana check to identify, if I see an aura, to identify what spell school or sphere it is.
Okay. I would say you do see an aura on there. It is a strong aura. The entire ship itself is glowing like the sun.
Okay.
You want to roll that Arcana check?
Here goes nothing. I use my inspiration. I'm kidding. I don't have that. All right, 17.
15 plus half the caster level.
Dang it. Can't tell what it is. If it was strong, then it's somewhere, but the DC was somewhere between 21 and 25.
You're not able to determine what it is, but whatever it is enveloping the ship.
Ivan would notice you using the goggles and ask, if you're having trouble, do you mind if I try?
Absolutely. Another fresh set of eyes is always welcome.
And I take them off and I hand them over to him, and I tell him he just has to slide the 2 lenses into place and continue concentrating on the magic that courses through his eyes while they're in place. This can be used 3 times per day, so.
All right.
It's all good for him to take a snap at it too. And I do tell the professor that
at the very least I can tell you that it's the entire ship that has some sort of strong enchantment upon it. But that might just be the regenerative, self-repairing aura. I can't tell if that's the necromantic curse or not.
Question, Storm.
Yes.
After hearing that, before like twisting the lenses, could I use that as assistance?
Could I assist him?
You could assist him.
Okay.
So
I don't remember how that works.
I believe it's just a +2, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
Generally, you have to roll
for
whatever it is, but I'll say you'll just you've already rolled that, so you'll get a +2 on top of this.
I rolled a 10 or higher on my check. That's what it is. You roll, and if you get a 10 or higher on the check, you give them a +2.
All right. So go ahead and roll that Arcana, Ivan.
I want to actually take my time. Is it possible? So I know there's ways to actually like.
Oh, let me
take
see about that.
certain numbers.
I don't know how that works. I'll look it up for you. Taking 10...
Yeah, because I believe it's not like. I believe if it's not stressful or anything, you can take like a
But
15
that doesn't
at
work
max.
for every kind of skill. So let me read it.
And we'll call it pretty soon. I hear everyone yawning in the back.
I played a little.
When
bit
the
of
character is
Pathfinder,
not
but
an immediate... Hold on.
Yeah, I played a little bit of
10
Pathfinder.
knowledge check. Pathfinder. Let me see if this is acceptable. Okay. So nothing rules of written says you can't, and in fact, bards have a class feature that says at 5th level, the bard becomes a master of lore that can take 10 on any knowledge skill check that he has ranks in. So it seems to imply that you can.
So remind me what the.
So it's an arcana, so you're just going to
remind me
choose to
what the
take 10.
DC of what you said. Hold on.
So tell me what you would get.
Hold on,
and
hold
I will
on.
tell you.
Before that.
What?
Well, hold on. I want to ask Gypsy.
What?
How much of the DC did you say it was to
It's
get
going
it?
to be between 21 and 25. What's your plus? 9?
Let me
I
check
will take
that.
it. I will take it.
Jack's also got a plus
with
9.
Your extra 2, because with your 2, hold on. Because with your plus 2, I
But that's
actually
only
have a plus 12.
plus
'cause
12.
in
So that
total,
would
I
put
have
you
a-
at 22. So that would put you at
I have a total of plus 12.
hitting if it's
No, I'm counting that with your plus 2. Normally, I have a plus 10.
so if you have a plus 12, then a 22 would succeed on if it's a 12th level.
Either decide
Or if it's
on
a
what you're
13th
doing, or I'm
level.
going to make you roll.
So if it's a 14th level or higher enchantment, it would fail. Like that's a 2 out of 8 chance of succeeding.
I
think you should just roll.
I will take the 10, so total 22.
22. Okay. Let me see. Right here.
Oh.
Alright.
I can always roll it. I can always roll for the third chart.
Roll it. Roll it.
Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20.
Gambling's
said
funner
I-
anyways.
I can roll for the third charge. So if I don't get with the point,
Oh.
oh my god, I feel like I'm being 24.
Oh, 26.
There we go. 26. Okay. You recognize it as necromancy. In particular, old school
Okay.
necromancy.
Okay, and that's all the information it gives me.
Yes.
Yes, that's what we needed to know.
Okay, so from what I can tell here, this is old school necromancy.
Define old school.
Typically the same sort of magic that you would see around third or fourth
okay.
air. Kind of like, I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. The auras that you would see from modern sphere casting do not look the same as like old school lightning bolt or old school fireball. There's definitely a different sort of tinge to them.
That's a bummer. That's a big bummer.
I was hoping against hope that the ship would need to have a curse lifted upon the entire thing. What were you saying about a cleric or a priest coming out?
Well, that's potentially one idea. Having a priest come out, see if they could bless the area. See if that could get rid of it.
More like remove curse.
Potentially.
I will take out the goggles and give it back to Simon.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Alright.
And I put them back down around my neck.
Alright. As you guys gather your information,
Yep.
and Iger signals
Head
for the
back.
bathysphere to be raised back up, you guys watch curiously as you see the ship begins to kind of sink away from you guys, the distance raising as you guys head on towards the surface, back towards the ship. Ideas brewing in your mind. And that is where we shall call it for tonight.
Yay, because I'm going to fucking bed, because it's 2 in the morning.
It's sleepy time.
Tom, did you fall asleep?
He immediately left.
Oh.
1 or 5,
Oh, that's what I like
4,
them.
3.
Thank you for
two,
listening.
Bye, guys.